Hi everyone, I just wanted to talk a little bit about buyer strategies in terms of home affordability. And before I do that, I did want to mention to you that there does seem to be at least a subtle shift in the real estate market. We do have fewer buyers, or at least it seems so, going out and looking at homes. We've been seeing fewer folks at open houses. We've been seeing fewer offers. They are still strong offers, but there are not as many of them. And in addition to that, buyers are having more luck with actually getting their offer accepted. So unfortunately, some home buyers have, been pushed out because the price points are a little bit too high in terms of what they're looking for. But because of that, I guess the silver lining, you could say, is that there is more hope that you may be able to find something at the price that you're looking for, because there's just a little bit less competition. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Okay, enough about that. In terms of strategies, all right, so financing is a big strategy. We've all been talking about interest rates. You want to get the lowest interest rates. So number one, credit score impacts your interest rate. So if somebody asks me what are the interest rates right now, it really depends. It depends on your credit score, it depends on the amount of the down payment you wish to put on it, and a whole host of other things. So credit score, my question for you would be, do you know what your credit score is? Okay, if you know what your credit score is and it's on the lower side, is there a way you can raise that credit score? If you don't know how to raise the credit score, there are resources out there, and I would start with your lender. And the lender will either help you and give you some guidance, or they will give you a resource to help you with that guidance. So credit score is a big thing, and it can have a huge impact on your interest rate. In addition to that, think about the down payment. The more you have for a down payment without breaking the bank, the better. And there are down payment assistance programs, and that doesn't mean you don't have any money, so you may qualify and you're just kind of making an assumption that I have money in the bank, I'm not going to qualify for this. Talk to your lender, see if you qualify, see if they have a down payment assistance program. It's important because the more you put down, again, and you want to have reserves in the bank, you're going to have all those closing costs. And once you're in a home, you're going to want to have reserves. You're going to want to have a safety net for all those unexpecteds that could happen down the road. But if you have that and you're able to put a reasonable, fairly good chunk down for your down payment, go ahead and do that. Because what that means is you'll have to borrow less. And if you have to borrow less, even if the interest rates are up, it's not going to cost as much for you, and your monthly payment will thank you for that. So think about the down payment, think about those down payment assistance programs, and certainly the credit score. The other really good piece of information I can give you, and I could go on and on about this subject, but talk to more than one lender. Feel free to talk to 3 to 5 lenders and see what you can get for an interest rate. You kind of want to compare and contrast just like you would if you were buying anything else. This is your biggest purchase. You want to kind of minimize all those extra costs, whether it's due to a higher interest rate than what you may qualify for or something else. So talk to a few lenders, and also talk to them on the same day, because that playing field will be leveled. If you talk to one lender and then 2 weeks later you're talking to another, well, the interest rates have already changed. So you don't really know whether one lender can truly offer you better rates or one lender is higher. Okay, so talk to them on the same day. Also, your loan product. So a 30-year fixed loan tends to be the higher interest rates. If you can do a 15-year, your interest rate's probably going to be lower. If an adjustable rate mortgage is right for you, and it's not right for everyone, but if it makes sense for you, look at that, talk with your lender, because the interest rate will more than likely be lower than some of the other products out there. So the actual product, should be studied, and again, have that loan officer that you have the good relationship with and talk through some of those loan products that might work for you and your pocketbook or wallet. Okay. In addition to that, property type can make a difference in terms of affordability. So just kind of thinking outside of the box, you could think about a multifamily home. So if the single family home is kind of beyond your comfort zone, maybe a multifamily won't be. I mean, if you are paying for an apartment right now, with a multifamily, you will own the property. And the nice thing about it is it will be an investment property for you. Should you choose to move out and get a single, you can hang on to it and you've got that passive income. And I can tell you that is a huge help, especially when you're looking to retire and you can have your supplemental income. So think about that. The other nice thing about a multifamily, and it's a good kind of starter home, is that the rents from the other units can be looked at as part of your own income. And it's a percentage, but it helps. So if you are kind of on the lower cusp of affordability, you might actually fare better with a multifamily. So think about that. It can make a whole lot of sense for folks. And then maybe 3 years, 5 years later, you're going to be ready for that single family if that's what you are truly looking for. All right, so another property type to think about that of course comes with some risk is a leased land dwelling. So that is a property, just as it sounds, where you don't own the land, it's leased land. But what does that mean? It typically means your real estate taxes will be lower, which translates to a lower monthly payment, which is nice. It means that you own the home. And so because you own the home and not the land, your home will probably cost less compared to a comparable home outside of that leased land community. As I mentioned, it does come with some risks, so take a look at that. But for the right situation, it can make sense for you. So again, so much of this just really depends on where you are and what your goals are. Another thing that I tend to talk to my buyers about are renovation loans. And I actually had a renovation loan on my own house. So I kind of talk from experience. In fact, I've done a lot of these different loan products with some of the properties I've purchased. But a renovation loan can be a really smart thing to do. Not everybody wants that home that's dated. Not everybody wants that home that needs a new roof. Maybe that home has been sitting on the market, and at this point the seller just wants to let it go. So it can be a great thing, and there are renovation loan products that can help you with that. So what it probably means is it's going to be a more reasonable price tag, hopefully, for the purchase. If it's not, then it's not a property you're going to pursue. It is also actually appraised at the post-renovation value. So you're probably not going to, or I should say you will not have that problem of the appraisal coming in low because it's not based on the current condition. And again, that's a whole other subject, and maybe I'll make that one for my next video. We'll see. So those are some thoughts. Think about your credit score, your down payment amount, your actual loan product, and the property type. Okay, so that is enough information for one sitting, one video, and I hope you find it helpful. Feel free to reach out. I can be reached at the information you see there on the screen, but I also use the hashtag arealestatemoment. And for both Facebook and LinkedIn, you can find some of my articles and data and all that good stuff. So take a look, like, subscribe, and Hope to see you soon. Thank you. Have a great day.